So we have this very unusual situation, which is that Donald Trump has essentially clinched the Republican nomination, and the last two, only living Republican former presidents, that would be George W. Bush and his father, George H.W. Bush, are not supporting him. Jeb Bush, who took the pledge, Remy, he raised his hand on the stage in the first Fox News debate. He will support the Republican nominee. He's not doing it. Lindsey Graham, who also took the pledge, he's not doing it. And we have others like Paul Ryan who are not quite there. John McCain is nominally supporting Trump, but he's not going to the convention. So what does all this mean? We've gotten a lot of feedback on this. Here's an email from David C. talking about Steve Hayes and his appearance on Media Buzz. Mr. Hayes has been anti-Trump from the start. He talks about conservative values. These conservatives back Bush, HNW, Dole, McCain, and Romney. More liberal than conservative. They control the House and Senate, and government gets bigger. They approve every spending bill, and Obama goes around them to get his way, and they do nothing but talk. I believe it's more personal and ego that they still talk down Trump. Well, you have a point in that when the nominees were Bush, or Bush's dad, or McCain, or Romney, there was a coming together of the Republican Party, and many conservatives in the media and elsewhere, whose first or second or third choice were not, for example, Romney and McCain, did, for the sake of party unity, back those two nominees. And I know a lot of conservatives feel like they lost because they weren't conservative enough, and if just the party would have chosen somebody who was more conservative. And now Romney tried to say he was a severely conservative governor of Massachusetts, but certainly he had been quite a moderate in that job earlier in his career. So if you want to say that now people like Steve Hayes and other folks at National Review and Weekly Standard and on the conservative commentators on Fox News are saying that they're opposing Trump because he's not conservative enough, but they did fall in line behind these other nominees, well, certainly ideology comes into it. And certainly one of the reasons that Trump won the nomination is that he is saying these other Washington politicians, including Republicans, they just talk, they don't produce any action, and when they get to Washington, he talked about this being true of Republicans in the House and Senate as well, they roll over, they compromise, they don't stand up for conservative principles. Some of it also has to do with what people see as, what the conservative critics see as Trump's style, as his inconsistent positions, as his the way in which he conducts himself, they think maybe is not befitting a president. I'm not agreeing with that. I am simply telling you how they view it. You are entitled to push back at them, and it's certainly fair to bring up the previous Republican presidential nominees and previous Republican presidents who didn't exactly get that much done when it came to conservative principles as well.